Let's get details of this story now from our correspondent Sumner Sambo, who joins us live from Abuja. Hi, Sambo. Let's begin with the update on the intervention of the National Assembly leadership towards the grouse of the aides. What do you have for us? Hello, Sumner.
At the National Assembly today, we had these legislative aides protesting against the non-payment of their salaries as at when due. And they specifically said that these salaries have been delayed over time due to some management problems that have been going on, but that they have not been communicated with by the management. And that as legislative aides, they were surprised that management took some steps that are not in consonance with normal practices. Hence, as a result of that, one of their members died because he was waiting for his salary, and that did not really go down well with them, considering that they had also protested about 6 months ago when they said that the management was interfering in the elections to elect their executives. So this and all other issues led them, stopping the Senate president while he was coming into the assembly complex this morning to lay their complaint, saying that these grievances are too much for them and the National Assembly management should do something urgent.
Well, Sambo, you're raising, or there are too many issues here, but let's speak them one by one. The fact that it looks unthinkable and unconscionable that the legislators always get their pay on time, but fail to pay their aides. Has there been something of this sort before, or is this one of its kind?
Well, it's not directly linked to the legislators because they are employed only through the legislators, but the National Assembly management is where they draw their salaries from. And from this occurrence today, we had a chat with so many of them where they told us, in fact, the National Assembly management had not paid them their duty tour allowance for over 2 years now. They were only paid once, and that based on the schedule by the National Assembly management, they are supposed to be paid this like about 4 times in a year. And also there are trainings that are supposed to be given to them, and all these trainings and the duty tour allowances have also been scheduled alongside the salaries to be paid to them, because they come in with the federal lawmakers, and when the federal lawmakers are leaving, they also leave with them. So they are surprised that this issue has not been attended to. And when they laid their complaints to the Senate president, he quickly directed his Deputy Chief of Staff, Gbenga Makanjuola, to take over the issue. And when he was briefing, the Gbenga Makanjuola himself, when he was briefing this staff, he told them that, yes, indeed, the National Assembly, though it's on the first line charge, has had some issues of releases from the Ministry of Finance. As although they are on the first line charge, it doesn't mean that they have cash directly. So if you look at all of this and synthesize it, you find out that it's a problem between the management and the legislative aides, not necessarily the federal lawmakers. But the thing is that also the federal lawmakers owe the workers some responsibility, because one of the person that died is an aide to the Deputy Speaker, Honorable Yusuf Lasso, and they were saying that if he required 165,000 naira for treatment for appendicitis, there's no reason why the Speaker, Deputy Speaker, shouldn't have made that money available.
Exactly.
Indeed.
It's so unfortunate that he actually lost his life.
Indeed, unfortunately, now we're having this protest that kind of emanated from the death of one of the aides. But are you now saying that it's also a fallout? It somehow makes the lawmakers look bad, even though the grouse lies mainly with the management of the National Assembly?
Yes, you cannot totally exclude the lawmakers from this, because these are their aides. They brought most of these aides themselves into the National Assembly. And it's something that, from a compassionate angle, if you feel that your aide is sick and he needs some support, there is no reason why you shouldn't, on compassionate ground, help out while the management or the official issues are being sorted out. That's the angle that these workers are coming from. They feel cheated by the system, and they said that there's a new bank that their salaries were moved to, and that this new bank is one that operates only online, and it doesn't have much branches. It only has a branch in Abuja. They said that they were not happy that their salaries were moved from a former commercial bank to this bank, and they feel that something has gone wrong. Out of all this, the Senate President's Deputy Chief of Staff heard all their cries, and later on the Senate President summoned the management of the National Assembly led by the Clerk of the National Assembly, Sani Omolori. And from all of this, we hope to have a decision being taken by the National Assembly management, because there had been some protests earlier before now that the National Assembly management was interfering with the gathering of these legislative aids under their forum known as NASS, where they held elections, but they said that the management brought another person to divide their meeting and organization. So it is left to be seen if indeed the federal lawmakers themselves will not be disturbed by this protest by the legislative aid, because automatically it means that they can't be able to help them out as research assistants, senior legislative aides, and people who help in the preparation of bills and other issues in the National Assembly.
All right, thank you very much. Our correspondent there, Sambo, on the